Hey everybody, welcome in or welcome back to the channel. This is Miss Tarot and I am back today, just a little late for you, with your Scorpio season reading. Now, if you are Scorpio, this may resonate even more, but in general for the collective, this is an overview of what to expect for the season of Scorpio, which is, mid to late October through the beginning half of November. Okay, and today we are going to use the Crow Tarot deck as well as the Wisdom of the Oracle. I actually just need to get all the cards out here right now, but let me see if I can actually get the Oracle deck out of its box for once. We're going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle, if I didn't already mention that. So this is going to be what to expect for the month of Scorpio. Should just say Scorpio season, even though it is a month, it's not a full month. So hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're all getting ready for Halloween or Samhain, if that's your thing. Let's see. We're going to use these as the overall energies for Scorpio season. And we're just going to let whatever fly out, fly out. Ooh, come to the edge. It's a very Scorpio card, I think. Anything else? I usually get 4, but that's what we're getting. Okay, so we have Loyal Heart with the number 35. We have Come to the Edge with 36. Regeneration with 46. And Not For You with 6. A lot of 6s. This is going to reduce to 8. This is going to reduce to 9. This is going to reduce to 10, which actually in turn is a 1. And this is a 6. So if you are into numerology and the symbolism that comes with it, go ahead and just make that what it may. But an 8 is usually about abundance and having enough resources and just being full. Okay. When it comes to Loyal Heart here, I guess, you know what? Let's just get going. I'm already kind of scattered for my reading today. It's been an interesting week having family in town and not being able to do readings and, that sort of thing. So let's see here. So for Loyal Heart, this is fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. Okay. So there's a lot of, and when we mean abundance with a number of 8, this is something that's going to be appearing significantly in your life. Others are going to prove their faithfulness to you. There is a deeper meaning here to where you need to be reminded that Spirit is also always loyal to you. Your divine protectors and angels are always loyal to you. No matter what the circumstances in your life, they're asking you to trust and have faith because you are eternally loved and protected. If this is regarding, more of a relationship, it can have a little bit of a romantic side of things. And, this is very honest, open devotion. Okay. But it does kind of ask the question if you are you are reciprocating that energy. When it comes to Come to the Edge, this one has a lot to do with, it reminds me a lot of the Fool's card, where it's kind of the leap of faith. It's taking courage. It's overcoming fear and accepting, the risks that are involved. When it comes to facing the unknown, the only choice you really want to have is am I going to progress from this? But overall, you're being called to express your true self and just courageously move forward. And maybe this has a lot to being, loyal and true to who you are. Okay. But Come to the Edge is pretty much a discovery that, with the leap of faith, that you can fly to anywhere, any place. Like, you have that power. You're not going to plunge to the doom. You're just going to leap off and soar. And it's just being able to trust that even though you step into the unfamiliar, you may very well find that amazing things can happen, right? When it comes to 46 and regeneration, regeneration, you know, this one is reduces to 10, which reduces to 1. And this is rebirth. It's the beginning of another cycle. It's second chances and new opportunities. So the overall message for this card is that second chances are happening, and whatever opportunities that you thought may no longer exist, they're actually coming into fruition, and possibly even being more, making their presence known a little bit stronger. Whatever you may have thought was a loss, or have removed from your life, there's something that's much better and powerful that's growing in its place. This is definitely a regrowing, a rebirth, I don't want to say recycle, but pretty much kind of the same thing. Something I keep, you know, it's the cycle of life with the plant and the seed and the bloom and then the death, and then, you know, the cycle starts over again. That's kind of what we're looking at here. It's destiny being fulfilled over and over again in wondrous ways. You know, endings are going to always come in lots of forms. It's just, life is all about that. And, you know, now is the time to kind of stop holding on to the thing that must die. And it's kind of really poetic in the fact that we're actually in the fall season, which is the dying off season, right? We're letting things die, and we're going to go through that period of emptiness in order for things to kind of regenerate and bloom in the spring again. So kind of take this as an ending of a cycle and entering into a hibernation where there is going to be a lot of growth and opportunities that are going to renew very soon for you. Okay. And then we have not for you. So what is not for you? This could be a very particular message. If you are looking for guidance and contemplating on something very specific as to whether or not you should go or stay, or you know, any sort of crossroads of a decision, this card has a lot to do with you already knowing the answer. It's also knowing that, you know, I think of the old saying where rejection is God's protection. And that is kind of what I see right now when it comes to this. I think that for this one, not for you, something is being removed out of the options because it does not serve you. And you didn't have to make this choice. This is something that the universe, God, your spirit guides, anybody has decided to get out of your life in order to make sure that you're on this period of abundance and growth. Okay. But let's also take a look and see what clarifications we can get. So let's find out who's being loyal and what is not for you. And let's find out what this regeneration and leap of faith is. Okay. Of course, they're going to fly all over the place. My goodness. Okay, you know what? Sleeves of this hoodie are just killing me. You know, and I'm sorry, I'm running out of desk space, even though I wanted to make this cute little fall thing. My fat little pumpkin is taking up so much room. But I did pull these from my yard, which I thought were absolutely glorious. My Palo Santo went out too. But I think we've had enough of it just because it was going pretty strong. All right, so enough chitter chat. Let's see, what can you tell us about Loyal Heart? And come to the edge, please. How about Regeneration? Thank you. And of course, not for you. Okay, ooh. Okay. Okay, so we have not for you with the 7 of Wands. Wow. Okay, couple major arcana. For regeneration, we have Temperance, just waiting. And you remember we were kind of talking about, I don't want to say a hermiting phase, that's kind of what I used before, but definitely a period of kind of rest and rejuvenation and rebalancing. We have the Empress clarifying, come to the edge, a lot of divine inner power. And then we have loyal heart with 9 of Wands. Okay, well, this is quite a bit to unpack, and I am going to go a little backwards just because I really want to clarify exactly what this 7 of Wands means when it comes to the not for you. Okay. And you know, wands, you know, our action, it's our fire, it's our passion, it's a lot of energy. Okay. And when it comes to the 7, I almost said 6, the 6 of Wands, this one has a lot to do with defending your own territory. You're looking at these crows who are trying to kind of battle it out. He's defending his territory at the top of this mountain, right? And there's all these other crows below that are kind of eager to knock him down and take his spot. But this card is a reminder that although you have made it and you've crossed that over that bridge of this particular thing not being for you, it's being removed from your life, it's a card to not be complacent, okay? It's reminding you that that you need to be self-confident. You need to have courage when facing these challenges. It's not always going to be easy to get to, you know, the top, but you've kind of earned the right to be there, right? You know, obviously sometimes we can think of it being a little bit of a victory card, right? I mean, it's defending yourself. It's taking care of I don't want to say your attackers, because I really don't think that this is actually what it is. I think that you've had to battle and probably internally for quite some time when it comes to this particular energy. And I think someone or something was kind of leading you down a path that you did not feel like you were either ready for or did not feel good, like in alignment with what you wanted for yourself. And it seemed like a good idea at the time. And I feel like you really had to defend yourself and your point of view in terms of not going with the flow and being that different person and realizing that this is absolutely not for you. And if you are wondering why it just poofed all of a sudden after all of this turmoil, that it absolutely just disappeared with a poof out of your life, it's because you were being protected. This person or persons, I would probably say, that were pressuring you into things that you didn't want to go along with and maybe didn't have like the courage or I don't want to say the courage. You were trying to be nice. Okay, you were definitely trying to be nice and say no in a positive way, because I get the feeling that this meant a lot to somebody and you didn't want to hurt their feelings, but you knew this wasn't for you and you were dreading having to make that boundary. You were dreading having to tell that person no. And before you had a chance to even do so, it's gone. It's absolutely gone. So if this is something that sounds like you're in the middle of, just trust that this is absolutely going to dissipate. You're going to be like, I wonder whatever happened to that. And it's because this is being removed from your life right now. Okay. Now, when it comes to temperance is about balance. And when we were talking about regeneration and that sort of thing, and like the period of cycles where you have to allow a death or a change or a dying off of something in a period of stagnation for it to like gain its energy in order to kind of regenerate and regrow, right? That's kind of what is being reiterated here. I think with the Temperance card, they are letting you know, and just so you know, I don't think any of these are related to any one particular instance. I think these are just overall general messages and reminders that you kind of need to hear right now from your spirit guides. So these might be a little bit all over the map because it really doesn't seem like one cohesive problem, or it seems like a lot of just things going on that you need to hear. Okay. when it comes to the Temperance card, it's, like I said, it's about balance and being able to kind of refill your cup. I think that, you know, with the period of regeneration, you're really going to have to, you need strength for this, right? You need rejuvenation in order to bring regeneration. All these iterations. Excuse me, one second. Just need some water. Oh my gosh. So thirsty these days. Okay. So you being able to get ready and maintain that balance and restore order, restoring equilibrium within yourself, because there was something that was really sucking you dry. And I think that while you were being kind of, I just got the sense that you were just being like bled dry, and it kind of, there's something money about this. I just got a flash of something just really being like a money pit. I don't know if this is a person doing this to you. We'll get a little bit more information from the tarot, but I'm getting the sense that I don't know if this is a person or an object that means a lot to you, that you've had to put a lot of work and money into. But actually, you know what? Let's see. While I'm asking, okay, Spirit, can I just get a clarification for the Temperance card? Okay. This will give me a little bit more idea. Oh, okay. So we have the Three of Swords. Okay, this was a loss. Wow. I was not expecting that. Okay, I think this might have to do with a significant relationship in which you have decided to that no longer sustains you. And if that hasn't already come to you, it's going to soon. And I hate being the bearer of bad news, but I do think that there is, there's positive ways to spin the Three of Swords, but it is about loss. It's about being betrayed. It can also, kind of like backstabby type energy where it could also be, a period of sadness and loss, grief. That does go really well with the Temperance and with the Regeneration, because obviously if something has coming that has literally knocked you out, you're going to need a period of recovery and rebalancing in order to bloom again. Okay. If this is a person that you've had to let go of, or someone who has said adios, to you, I get the sense that this was very sudden, and that there was a certain level of heartbreak here that is still very, very heavy. I'm going to take another card here just because I want to know what is coming ahead. Okay. So with this card here, the Six of Pentacles, this is a card of generosity and kind of a balancing act. It is being able to give and therefore receive, right? It's almost like a karma card. This could have a lot to do with you being out of balance when it comes to somebody who is not reciprocating on the same level. And I think you probably are going to come to realize that this person is never going to be able to reciprocate on the level that you need them to, and that you have so much to give and you are so open to receiving that this is just going to you're going to have to let this die in order to get something new out of it. And I think that this person, I need another card. I'm just going to keep taking them until I get this completely fleshed out here. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This definitely was resources, and there was some sort of money involved in this. Somebody was betraying you. Somebody was taking advantage and bleeding you dry. You are going to recuperate and come back from this. But wow, this really sent you for a loop. You thought you were helping somebody out, and it turns out they were just taking advantage. And you're going to, if you haven't figured that already, you're going to, and you are going to end up saying goodbye to this person. This might have to do with a not for you too, but I think these are a little bit separate. Crazy, but I almost wonder if this is like an adult child for some of you who just hasn't gotten their life together and is like, mommy, daddy, help me. And this really hurts you to have to throw those boundaries down. There is a period of prosperity that is coming after this. And I don't know if that's going to be you helping this person out or this person being able to get a leg up on their own, but things are going to work out for both of you if it comes to that. Now, for those of you who are enduring heartbreak because this person has taken and just really never kept the harmony or the balance between you two, you are just going to have to just cut your ties and start to rebuild. Okay. For most of you, with the exception of the people who all of a sudden I just got a flash of like their adult children. For most of you, this is going to be a significant other who was only there for what you could provide. Okay. And for those of you who are in that circumstances right now and kind of have an inkling as to what I'm talking about, take a good hard look, or even better, ask people who are close to you what their honest opinion is, and you might very well see kind of what I'm talking about here, where this person is definitely only in it for themselves and only in it to just take and not give. Okay. So you really need to restore the balance in order to restore your own personal sense of well-being and harmony and happiness, because it is around the corner and you are going to rebuild from this, but you are going to have to kind of, it reminds me of like a bucket, and there's a hole in the bucket and it just keeps leaking out. And the more you try to put more water and water in this bucket, it's just coming out, and you're just spinning your wheels trying to, get this taken care of or take care of this person, and they just want more and more and more. And then you don't have to work this hard for somebody. You just don't. Okay. All right. Enough of that. I don't know why that felt extremely emotional. But when let's move on to the Empress, because I think this one is a beautiful card. When it comes to the Empress, obviously this has a lot to do with abundance, right? The Empress is abundance and creating, it's creativity, but it's creating life. And, it's definitely time to, the spirit of the Empress is like pure love and bringing things to life. And when I talk to you about come to the edge and it being kind of the Fool card, it's kind of, there's something here that's telling me that the sky is the limit for you right now. They really want you to go inward and be creative, because only when you accept yourself and kind of direct your own heart's energy inward are you going to be able to kind of radiate that kind of love and compassion that you feel. Excuse me. I have the hiccups. Terrible time to have the hiccups. That you will be able to radiate love and compassion that you have so deeply out to others. Okay. I'm going to get another card here. Ace of Cups. Yeah. Overflowing emotion. Okay. This is a beautiful message of, and this could kind of tie together with this in a little way, is, while you've been burned and while you've actually put all your energy into this is a reminder over here that, you are not trapped or limited by what the circumstances that happened here. There's a new offering, a new beginning, a new day kind of like dawning, right? You're going to have to take that leap and trust. However, when it comes to the Empress, you have to do it with with kind of a level of innocence and love and trust. Okay, know that spirit has gotten your back. With the Ace of Cups, this is an overwhelmingly positive card when it comes to emotional fulfillment. Okay, it's people offering their love to you. It's support. It's guidance. It's new opportunities to fulfill your own emotional cup, right? So definitely pay attention as to what is on the horizon. Something is going to make itself known to you. And I'm taking another card because I don't care. A Queen of Cups. Okay. There's going to be a very significant person or offering to you coming in this next like month that is really going to set you on a path to emotional well-being and emotional happiness. You are going to feel more in tune and aligned with your emotions than you have in a very, very long time, probably because you got rid of all this other baggage and realized that there are, more things that you can do and be a part of in your life than this. This is just, you're going to end up leaving this in the past and being like, okay, I learned and now I'm gone. Just a really positive, overwhelmingly positive message there. When it comes to the Nine of Wands and the Loyal Heart, this one's a little interesting to me. And, I feel like while it's true that all of this it could be talking about specific things, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not all interconnected, obviously, in certain aspects of your life, because I do see a little bit of overlap here. But with the Nine of Wands, this is kind of like the final struggle, right? The Loyal Heart this is going to be a test. Okay, so maybe I should have started this way. I don't know. I usually go left to right, but this time I went right to left. And I feel like this is the beginning of where I should have started. But what I'm saying here is the Nine of Wands is symbolic of a struggle in finishing something. And, despite all the consistent success of, the past, there's like one hurdle that you need to, jump over in terms of being able to move forward. And the Nine of Wands is all about encouragement to keep going, being able to take a moment to kind of understand how much you have already created and done. It's emotional acceptance and fulfillment, and being honest with yourself and acknowledging the good as well as the bad. So I think it's you. Like I said before, I think this actually might be you being loyal to yourself, not somebody or you being loyal to someone. This has a lot more, I think, to do with you honoring your own self and your own small wins, and also acknowledging what you may have learned from these challenges, because everything that life puts in front of you, you learn from. And it could be a negative experience, it could be a positive experience, but either way, we're always going to be learning from those experiences. And I think this is a card letting you know to appreciate where you started. Okay, appreciate how far you've come. All right. How far you've come. And then we have the Seven of Swords with that too. And the Seven of Swords, it's kind of it throws another layer of complexity on this, because you could interpret it a couple different ways. I know that in this card, it's like being able to be happy with what you can get away with. I don't mean get away with in terms of like pulling the wool over somebody's eyes and seeing what you can get away with. It's like, it's taking your wins. Okay. Sometimes, this card has a little bit to do with like strategy and deceit and kind of taking something from somebody else. But in this particular deck and this card, it doesn't have anything to do with it. It has to do more with the crow being able to pick up everything that he needs and being happy with it as he carries it away. Because as you, I don't know if you can see this, but several of the birds are just kind of getting ready to carry one off, and he's able to carry 3. And, you know, he probably would want to take all of them with him, but he's quite comfortable and happy with the 3 that he ended up with. Out of all the 7, he's pretty good. He's pretty well off. So this is kind of a count your blessings type moment. And I think that that's kind of something that you're going to have to be in touch with this month, is counting your blessings, because while there is a little bit of rockiness ahead, there's a lot of stability that is coming into. And I think that a lot is going to end up being very revealed to you, and you're going to have a lot of aha moments in terms of, wow, now I know why this happened, and now I know why I didn't go down that path, or thank goodness this happened because I could have gone down that path. You know what I mean? You know, with the King of Cups that I just pulled out too, the King of Cups is kind of, I mean, he's the big dude when it comes in terms of energy and fire and being able to stand up for what's right. How do I want to explain this? I think when it comes to the emotionality of the King of Cups, he's kind of the Zen master, right? He has complete control and wisdom over his emotions. He can kind of handle, and I think that's kind of where we're all going to end up at the end of this, is this guy can handle pretty much anything with great grace and compassion. And after you're done with this, I bet you're going to be able to just be transformed and really understand that when emotional triggers pop up regularly, that really holds back your progress. Okay. And you being able to kind of be the Zen master and be even Steven, it really will be helpful to kind of remove the negative energy from all of these interactions and all these challenges. I think what they're trying to tell you is not to be so reactive, and try to be a little bit more calm, cool, collected, and allowing of things to kind of come in and out and flow in and out of your life, with the knowledge and trust that all of this is actually coming in and out of your life for a reason. Now, what you need to take from it, you will have to figure that out. But these are very specific circumstances that probably will be coming to transpire in the next month or so. And when you experience this, or if you're in the middle of this and it goes that way, you're gonna be like, oh, I get it. Okay. Now let's see here. Let's get a few words of wisdom from your spirit guides. All right. Spirit, what do you want to tell? Oh, 333. Nice. You got lots of 9s. That's nice. You know what's so funny? 333, it reduces to 9. These are 9s. You got 3 3s and 3 9s. I'm going to take one more card just because, but I do think that it might be, that might be all that they had to say. I really, oh no, they wanted to say that one too. What? What? Okay, that is bizarre. All the 9s in the world. How many 9s did we even get in this? Okay, that is nutty. Okay, I am unique, I am courageous, I am compassionate, and I am powerful. Okay. Oh, this is nutty. Okay, so the first one here. Thank the past for the lessons and leave it where it belongs in the past so that you can make the best life that is still waiting to be fulfilled only by you. Like we talked about with the lessons, okay? This is crazy too. I am courageous. It is time to get to work on the soul mission in life. You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. Unleash your true power. It is your compassion that makes you shine. You are devoted to helping the greater good and have a good, strong talent for speaking up for others. Your soul is most satisfied when you are being in service. Just remember to fill that cup, okay? And while you are definitely somebody who likes to be in the service of others, make sure that you are getting reciprocating energy, because if you can't give from an empty cup. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, or at least you're able to surround yourself with people who fill your cups. Okay. And then I have 333. I am powerful. You are being called upon to use your spiritual gifts as a light worker, assisting all of humanity. Live your truths and be a positive light to others. That's glorious. Well, my dear viewers, thank you so much for being here. As usual, if this reading resonated with you, definitely give this video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. These are the easiest ways that you can support me for free, you know. Also, if you're interested in a personal reading, my contact information is in the description of this video. But I will see you again in another week or so when it comes to your week ahead tarot reading, and we'll get back on track with a little bit more, and probably another love reading coming up as well. So just stay tuned. I will be back as soon, before you know it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween, a wonderful Scorpio season. Take care. I'll see you. Bye.